The eyes of the angels everywhere upon many men that deserve your mercy, but I don't deserve your mercy again. No, keep it kosher, we living how we supposed to. Every Sabbath on the block.
Since we come out to tell so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, according to the Bible, they descend from the 12 tribes of Israel. Where are you from? You're Israelites, according to the Bible and history. Dominican. According to the Bible, you're an Israelite from the tribe of Simeon. Have you ever heard of that before? No. You never heard? What is that? Can I teach you? Yes. Do I have your time? Yes. All right. So this is going to be good for you too. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 28 and 1.
Wait, hold on. He's talking.
Right.
And
God,
that's God talking through him to me.
That's right.
That's right.
So I have to wait.
That's right.
God is talking.
Tell her God has his priests talking to you. That's what you got to tell them.
That's why I said, hold on, let me see something.
That's right.
My praises. So what we come out to do is tell our people they must repent and come back to the commandments. Because I'm of so-called Haitian descent, right? We're from the same island, right? But when you look at our people, why are they fighting? Did you know that was biblical that would happen? I'm going to show you that. First, let's get to this point. Right?
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 1.
Now, the Deuteronomy is the 5th book in the Bible. God is going to tell us why black people and Hispanic people suffer on the earth. Right.
Verse 15.
Why we suffer. We suffer. Let's find out.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou would not hearken.
Let's see who's he talking to first.
What are we talking about hearken?
I got you. I'm explaining it to you. Don't worry. I got you.
No, because when you talking about Hispanics and blacks, we just the only ones that know.
No, I got you. I'm going to show you why. Get verse 1 first. Let's see who he's talking to first.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1 and verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel. All Israel.
Everything God is about to say is applicable to who? All Israel. Go down back to 15.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Now God said if we did not want to listen to him and keep his laws, statutes, and commandments. Now in church, they tell us that the laws of God are done away with. Right? Read.
To observe, to do all his commandments.
To do all his what?
All his commandments.
No, his religion.
All his commandments.
Right?
And his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses, shall come upon thee.
So if we didn't,
come upon thee.
that means
all the commandments?
No, he said, I'm explaining it to you. He said if you don't listen to him, all of these bad things are going to happen to you because you don't want to listen to me. That's what he says. Now, the bad things that God said would happen to his people tells us who his people are today. Because you can look at so-called black and Hispanic people, especially Dominican women. Everybody go crazy over Dominican women in Florida, right? But for some reason, you see? But we're the most jacked up people though, right? There's a reason. Drop out from 47. Right. And that's in the Bible. Read. Verse 47. Verse 47.
Verse 47.
Read.
Because thou servest not the Most High thy power.
Because you didn't want to listen to God and keep his rules, read.
With joyfulness.
And be happy to do it.
And with gladness of heart.
Read.
For the abundance of all things.
Read.
Therefore, thou shalt serve thine enemies.
What did God say?
Thou shalt serve thine enemies.
Now when you look at this chart, look at it. You said Satan. That's very powerful. Let's see. Who did that to us? No, what people? Wait, hold on. What people did that to us?
All whites.
Now, when you look over here to the indigenous Hispanics and Native Americans,
The Native Americans?
Yeah.
Oh, they got everything.
Hold on. Who did that to them?
Whites.
Now, who did you say was going to do it?
Huh?
You said Satan was going to do it, right?
Yeah. So wait.
Hold on. No, you wait.
What are you talking about?
No, hold on. Let us finish. Go ahead.
Therefore, shalt thou serve thine enemies. Which the Most High shall send against thee,
right?
In hunger.
So God said when you're hungry, you're going to have to go to them for food. Where do blacks and Hispanics get their food at? Publix, Walmart, Wendy's, Burger King.
The white man paperwork.
Right, read.
And in thirst. And in nakedness.
When you want to get all queued up, dolled up to go to Wynwood, who you got to go to buy your clothes from?
The white man paperwork.
From them.
You gotta get the white man paperwork. That's money.
Hold on. Read.
And in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron.
When you look at the chains that was on the indigenous Indians' necks and black people necks, who did that? Right? Who did that? The French and the British did that to us. The so-called white man. Right? Right, we're the same people. We're just separated. We're gonna get there. Read.
Upon thy neck. Until he have destroyed thee.
Until he have destroyed thee. Because God gave you an opportunity now to stop before his priest and hear the words and laws of his commandments.
That's right.
Because it's time. Exactly. when everybody talk about the generational curse, it's not money. The generational curse is exactly.
I know.
It's our disobedience.
Poverty, all that.
How do we get all of this? Our disobedience from not keeping God's commandments.
And also
Genesis
the
49.
discipline-
Simeon and Levi.
Sorry, talk about
No, you go.
the discipline that we get from our parents, and then we go back and we do the same thing to our kids.
Right.
Go back to the
Right.
Because I have a kid and I realize I'm turning into my mom. I'm
Right.
like,
Nobody
no.
wakes up and say, I'm gonna treat my daughter like how my mom treated me. She treated me bad.
No,
Nobody wakes up.
It's just conditioned.
Exactly.
Psychologically, it's a condition.
Exactly.
In our
This is
brain.
why we have to be taught the commandments of God, because
have to
you're supposed to
unlearn
teach your children the commandments of God. Hmm?
You know how many freaking churches I've been to? What churches?
You gotta get with us because we're teaching you the truth. Hold on, I'm gonna get you the Dominican and Haitian thing right now. Go ahead.
The book of Genesis, chapter 49 and verse 5.
So something that the Lord said would happen for us to know who's the Levites and Dominican Simeonites is something He said right here about the name.
Simeon and Levi are brethren.
What?
Our brethren. Now, one thing about the
Like
so-called,
Cain and Abel?
yes, the brothers, right? But all 12, listen, hold on. Un momento. Now,
I got excited with
it's all good. All 12 tribes of Israel are brothers, right? But for some reason, this prophecy stressed these two. Because in the Bible, they were like this, right? But when you look at us, we were tight. In the biblical times, it was tight. And when you look at us on the islands, we at each other's necks,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So the Lord said that we'd be brethren, meaning we would be inhabiting the same area
But love and
together.
hate is one and the same. That's why.
Oh,
I
man,
feel like maybe love and hate is so close. It's such a big
well, I'm gonna ask you a question about love once we're done with this. Go ahead.
Simeon and Levi are
They're
brethren,
brethren, meaning you'll stay in the same place, the same dwelling. Hispaniola, read.
instruments of
I
cruelty.
feel like I went through
What did
the
you say?
through the
Listen.
book of Job.
Listen,
Honestly,
read.
the last year.
Instruments of cruelty are in their habitation.
So one of the other things God said will be where they're dwelling at is when you have Santeria in the land of the
that, the witchcraft.
and then in Haiti, what do you have them doing there? Haitian
voodoo.
voodoo. And they practice the most witchcraft in the Caribbean islands. What?
That's all against God.
Oh my soul,
Listen to this, read.
come not thou into their secret
Read.
until their assembly.
Right? So God has nothing to do with that because that's against God.
Actually, I went through something similar, and I just had faith and patience, and it went away.
All right, well, hold on. I'm gonna show you why too. Go ahead.
Mine honor be not thou united.
Why did the Haitians keep killing each other?
Mine honor
the
be
Haitians
not
and
thou
Dominicans
Why
are
did
united.
killing each other.
Hold up, Dominicans.
Dominicans and Haitians are
I know
killing each
Haitians
other
are killing
there.
each other,
They're
and Dominicans
both
are killing each other.
for no reason.
Why is the Dominicans cutting off the Haitians' head?
Mine honor
What?
be not thou
Why are the
united.
Haitians saying the Dominicans are no good?
Mine honor be not thou
God said
united.
we're not going to be together in that island. We're going to be divided because of our disobedience to Him. That's why. Because that's one of the curses God said would happen to His people.
voodoo.
Deuteronomy 28:54.
The voodoo.
Voodoo, witchcraft, and us not keeping the commandments. Because right now is the Sabbath day of God.
Yeah, look who
Right now is the Sabbath day. Right? Right. You can't be doing this. If this was in the land of God, you have a whole bunch of
If
Haitians
it was
having
the
rocks
God
in their
before
hands.
Jesus Christ, if it was the God before Jesus Christ, we would have been Moses like
Listen,
on fire.
what did Christ?
But Jesus Christ really did sit him
What?
and make him realize.
Hold on. No.
I feel like
Christ gave you mercy, but when
Yes.
Christ seen niggas selling in His Father's temple, what did He do? He got that belt and whipped their ass in that temple because they're not supposed to be doing that in the temple of God. Go ahead.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate.
Because at one point we used to look at each other, yo, these Hispanics are family. And you look at us, oh, these black people, we one and the
especially
same.
in jail, like
Right?
everybody's like Latin, you know, we're family culture.
Go ahead.
His eye,
His what?
his eye
Right.
shall be evil toward his brother.
When we look at each other, we look at each other with hate.
With envy.
Or with envy and strife.
I know this is beautiful.
Well, tell
And
her,
it was
tell her.
obviously meant for me right now because I'm still here. Give me a
That's
second.
right. So what you have to do is come back. So what you have to do, sis,
Go change it. Come
so,
on. I'll be right the fuck.
come on, all praises. No, you good. So what you have to do is,
deny God right now.
all praises, man.
Okay.
So what you have to do is come back and keep God's commandments. Because if I were to ask you a question,
The only
do you
thing I
love
don't
God?
keep- Yes. The only thing
How do you show God you love Him?
I pray to Him every day.
Is that all?
I do more than that.
What else you do?
I go to church.
You go to church? What else?
That's it.
Let me show you two things.
You know what's sad though?
Let me show you two things. Okay, go ahead. You can talk. Jeremiah 7:3 and give me
The only thing I
1 John
can't
14,
stop
15.
that I would like to pray about is the commandment of having sex before marriage.
Well, when you read the Bible, sex it constitutes marriage.
And the tabs
What you
of
have to
Moses.
do is stop stop going from man to man to man. Repent, get a man of the Lord that's going to love you.
That's what I want.
Right, hold up.
That's what I want.
Everybody want us. Everybody want the man of the Lord. But
I know what's a Mormonism.
Listen.
I got baptized as a Mormon. I was like,
they're gonna,
this ain't
listen,
working
sis,
for
they're
me.
going to have you on a bike in a suit on the I-95. What you need to do is repent and get with the man of the Lord. Go ahead.
You want to pray for me, baby?
Hold up. Give me Jeremiah 7:3.
I felt like I was going through the book of Job
Uh-huh.
all year.
Uh-huh.
Like, I'm talking about not an actual prison, but it felt a prison inside.
You feel like you're being tested, right?
Yo, I felt like I was in the book of Job. Everything was stripped from me. I had an abortion, which also led me to therapy because I was like, God would never forgive me for that.
Right.
I killed a baby. Like, that's the truth. I aborted it.
Well, when you look
Like,
at Paul,
I went through so much grief this year, so much. I was like, this has to be the book of Job. This has to be the book of Job.
And then the Most High
Because
gave
the
you
book
out
of
right
Job
now.
is the one that I really, really related to because he had everything and then he lost everything because Satan was like, oh, tell him, let's see if he trusts you, if he loves you and believes in you, if you take everything away from him.
Right.
And then when he took everything away from him, he was still strong until he gave it back. And so in the darkest moments, I realized that light is not at the end of the tunnel. The light is in the middle of the storm.
Right.
For me, the light was in the middle of the storm. The peace was in the middle of the storm.
But sometimes the Most High
God
make
doesn't
you,
take away the storm, but God will definitely guide you.
but the Most High will make you go through
That's
these
how
things
I
to make
felt
you get
this
focused.
year. That's what I
He'll make you get focused. Because you can't get a man of the Lord until you serve the Most High God. Because you got mighty brothers like my brother right here who need righteous women in their lives, man. Give me Jeremiah 7:3.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 7 and verse 3.
I'm gonna show you two things. He said, one, going to church and praying. Let me show you something.
Thus saith the Most High of
Right.
hosts, the power of Israel.
Read.
Amend your ways and
Is it 73, would say the temple of the Lord, the temple of the Lord?
Come.
Go ahead.
amend your ways and your doings, and I will cause you to dwell in this place. Trust ye not in lying
What did
words.
the Bible say?
Trust ye not in lying words.
Whatever God is about to say, he's about to tell you these are lying words. Read.
Saying,
Say what?
the temple of the
The
Lord,
Baptist church,
the temple of the Lord,
Christian church,
the temple of the Lord,
Catholic church,
the temple of the Lord are these.
So what did God say first before he said that? He said, trust not in lying
Lying
what?
word. Lying
So one
words.
of the things our people say is they believe in God because they go to church.
Right.
But the most murderers come from where? The church. God said these are lying words and not teaching the commandments of God.
Because
the second thing you
the
said
house of God
was,
is not the church, actually. Really,
the second thing you
Is
said,
it?
the second thing you said was we pray. Read
I
Proverbs
pray,
28
yes.
and 9. I'll show you something else.
But you know what I don't
All
like
right,
about
you
me?
got it.
You know what I don't like about me? I'm gonna be honest with you. I only pray when I'm going through the life or death situations, and then I stop praying. And I ask God for forgiveness because I notice that I do that. God is always there for me and always saves me every time, and I never appreciate it later when I'm out of the situation. So that's something that I realize about
And that's going
myself.
to take time because the Most High God is known as the God that saves. That's what he do.
Yeah, but
He
he
saves.
also
But
needs
you
like
have
love
to,
and
like you said,
affection and a
you have
relationship.
to. But you got to
Not
show
God,
him
my
that.
Lord,
You
like
show
a
him that
relationship.
through your obedience. That's what you show him through it. Well, go ahead.
I'm like being
Proverbs.
obedient,
Hold
but
on,
I'm
I'm going to show
constantly
you.
repenting.
Hold
every
on.
day.
Go ahead.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 28 and verse 9.
Mhm.
He that turneth away his ear from hearing the law,
Anytime you don't want to listen to God's commandments, what did you say?
even his prayers,
What?
even his
When
prayers,
I pray.
even his
He's
prayers
answered every prayer.
shall be an abomination.
God won't hearken into your
He's
prayer.
answered every
Let me
prayer. I
finish.
asked 2 years
Wait,
ago.
hold up.
To show me that he is real,
You know
and
what
he
I mean?
did.
So I'm saying that because it's genuine.
Yeah.
A lot of our people believe just because they go to church or just because they pray,
That
they
they
have
think
a
they're all
relationship
good.
with God.
Yeah.
That's not true. Because like you said, I asked you a question earlier. Do you love God? What did you say?
Yes.
You say you love him, right?
Yes.
Let's get John 14,
But I
15.
love him because of all the things he saved me with.
I'm gonna show you something. I gotta show you something. You gotta listen.
Every prayer I've had,
Sorry.
I've
The
gotten
book of
answered.
John, chapter 14, verse 15. If ye love
Do
me,
you love him? Read.
keep my commandments.
What do you got to do?
Keep my commandments.
So there's only one thing you have to do. You gotta keep
It's
those
a head over
commandments.
heart decision.
You gotta keep those commandments.
Obviously, don't steal, don't lie, don't
But
kill.
there's more. You know
No
that.
adultery. But the sex before marriage is what's really getting to me. That's the
Okay.
one that is really hard.
You want me to teach you something?
And, well, yeah, go ahead.
Let me teach you something, sis. Let me finish with this. Because part of God's commandments is to be mindful of what you do with your body. You can't go around and sleep from man to man to man because that's against God's commandments. Because this is what, let me show you. Give me
And I
Exodus
can't
20,
keep
16.
repenting every day when I do
Give me Exodus 20,
because
16.
God is going to be like, what are you doing?
The book of Exodus,
Go ahead.
chapter 22 and verse 16. And if a man entice a maid,
Because if a man is trying to get right with you, right? You can't lay it down with anybody. Because if you, it's like you appreciating your value.
Right.
You go from this man to this man to this man because it's deeper than
Devaluing
that.
myself.
It's like spirits are meshing together.
It's a generational
Right?
curse.
Go ahead.
that is not betrothed, and lie with her,
He sleeps with her.
he shall surely,
No, he can't.
he shall surely,
That's up.
he shall surely endow her to be his wife.
That got to be a marriage. You got to make it happen.
I gotta
Because
make it
the
a
Most
marriage.
High God
So
doesn't
I-
deal with jump offs. He don't deal with that. He deal with marriages. You understand what I'm saying? So that's going to take discipline. But for you to get this righteous man, right? This man of the Lord, you say you want a man of the Lord,
Yes.
right? Everybody want a man
I've
of the
been
Lord.
praying for one.
Everybody want a
I want a
warrior.
man of the
Everybody want a
Lord.
priest. Everybody
I
want
want to
that.
be like the pastor's wife.
But what are you doing to make that happen?
Not a damn thing.
So do you want to know what you got to do to make that happen?
Being honest though.
You want to know what you got to do? You got to keep the commandments of God. Because give me Psalm 26:23.
What else are the rest of the commandments? Actually,
I'll teach you. I'm gonna teach you some. But I'm gonna get this point. I'm gonna teach you. Because it's so detrimental. If you don't keep the commandments of the Lord, do you know what type of men you're gonna get? You know
The
what
one
type-
that used to beat me up, the ones that go to prison, the ones that...
Those are the ones that you're gonna get.
Those
Because
are the ones that
of,
I've gotten.
a man of God is gonna be patient with you. He's gonna be merciful. He's gonna guide you. He's gonna love you. He's gonna love your child. He's gonna make sure y'all straight and everybody's serving the Lord. That's what he's gonna do. But do you think a man of the Lord won't allow my woman? A woman that can't cook? Do you think a man of the Lord won't allow my woman that always argue with him?
No, that's not the point of communication and
Do you think he
comprehension.
wants somebody that understands the Most High God?
Wait, what?
Do you think a man of God who loves God want a woman that don't love God?
No, that's stupid.
So what would you have to do if you want that man to love you?
He has to come with me.
No, you got to go to him and keep the commandments of God. A man don't follow you, you follow the man.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay,
Well,
okay.
read it.
Book
Okay.
of Sirach, chapter 26,
23.
verse 23. A wicked woman
Because a wicked woman or a wicked man,
is given as a portion to a wicked man.
So God says when you're being wicked, guess what? He's going to send you a nice gift wrapped gift called Tyrone.
Why God trying me like that?
He ain't trying you. He's just
No,
telling you
he's
the truth.
talking to me right now. He's telling me that I'm a wicked woman that tries to
Hey,
be a
listen,
wicked man.
I ain't say it. You said
He
it.
said it.
Yeah, God said it when you exposed it.
But
Nah, but if
I'm
you-
being honest.
but
I
if
gotta
you-
be honest with
but
God.
If
God
you
fucking
want that
do, he gonna
righteous
be
man,
real.
if you want that righteous man, though, you gotta keep the commandments. Let me show you another commandment you can keep. A commandment you can start keeping.
Okay.
Let me get Deuteronomy 22 and 5. And I feel like give me number 15,
Beautiful. Thank
38.
you, God.
All
This
praises
was
to the Most High.
obviously something that God meant for me.
Come on, let's do the most hard out of the
This is
cross.
beautiful. You see how beautiful God is?
All praises. All praises.
God
the God of
loves me.
Israel, man.
God
All praises.
loves me.
All
God
praises.
loves me.
All praises.
Thank you,
Read.
thank you, thank you.
all praises, all praises,
Oh my
all
God,
praises,
God
all
loves
praises.
me.
Go ahead, read.
Okay.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, and
Read.
verse 5.
Uh-huh.
The woman,
The who?
the woman
Read.
shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
So according to the Bible, a woman should be dressed in a dress. So according to the Bible, women should not be wearing pants. Just like a man shouldn't wear what?
Neither shall a man put
that's
on
like-
a woman's
The
garment.
same way a man shouldn't wear a dress. He's talking about dress code, right?
Oh, dress code?
So according to the Bible, a righteous woman of God doesn't make sure she covered up. She wear a dress because her jewels, those precious
But
things,
those
is
are
for who?
values.
It's for who?
Values for her man.
For her man. Should another man see what that belongs to your man? No, you wouldn't even want to give a man an idea of what
You're
you
giving me
pack
the
with,
word. You're telling
right?
me how to work,
Exactly,
how
how
to
you
give
value
myself
yourself.
worth.
Not me, the Most High God is trying to show you how to value yourself.
Oh my
You understand?
God, that's so beautiful.
Read Numbers
I never
15:38.
saw it like
The
that.
book of Numbers, chapter 15 and verse 38.
Read.
Speak unto the children of
Who's
Israel
he speaking to?
Us,
Who's us?
Israel.
The Israelites. Go ahead.
and bid them
And tell her what?
that they make them fringes.
Now, fringes is what we have in our shirts, right? You should have this at the end of your dress if you had a dress right now, or maybe your shirt.
I
Read.
got that with church.
We will go fly. Right?
In the borders of their garments
Uh-huh.
throughout their generations.
Go ahead.
And that they put upon the fringe
Right.
of the borders
Right.
a ribbon of blue.
Like you see the ribbon of blue right here. Read.
And it shall be unto you
For what?
for a fringe,
A reminder that we do what?
that you may look upon it
Whenever you look upon them, read.
and remember all the commandments of the Most High.
So anytime you look at these, oh, I remember, okay, God said I gotta wear dresses because I love it. Okay, the Lord said I gotta make sure I cover up because I belong to my
That's
man.
something else that I'm
The Lord
going
said I
through
gotta love
is
my children.
Addiction. I'm sorry to bring that up because I realize that I don't own it. It owns me
Uh-huh.
because I can't stop smoking liquor.
You wanna know how you do it? You wanna know how you quit it? Philippians 4:13. got to keep the commandments of the Lord.
Poverty is the biggest generational curses I have in my family.
It is. But the biggest thing that all of us
And
suffer.
sexual.
All of us go through it. But what you have to do is you got to come back and keep these rules,
I
man.
want to break it.
If you're serious,
I am.
we're going to give you a flower
God
information.
literally just came to me right here. I didn't have to go to him. He stooped to my level. I'm down here. God is up there. And that nigga went like this. Said, hey, Casey, how you doing? Hey, I want you to sit here and read this and listen to this. Then God wanted me to hear this.
He didn't want you to be like everybody else
God
lost.
wanted me to know that he's still with me. Because
That's
I
right.
thought that God left me.
Right. Read.
But beautiful.
The book of Philippians, chapter 4 and verse 13. I can do all things.
You can do what?
I can do all things.
Or something.
I can do all things through Hamashiach,
Read as it's written.
through Christ,
What?
through Christ, we're strengthened.
Because Christ is your biggest example because he was tried.
Yes.
He never sinned.
At 33.
Right? He was tried. He was beaten. He went through poverty because he was in the worst hoods of Israel.
Yeah.
But he went through all of that. And guess what? He still never broke God's commandments. That's our biggest example, man. Because don't you think people told him, yo, Christ, why don't you smoke this real quick, man?
Well,
Yo,
I knew.
Christ, don't you, she got them cheeks. Why don't you go clap that? Don't you think they told Christ that?
Temptation everywhere.
Don't you think they said that to him? But did he sin? No, that's your example. Because you gotta remember,
So it's possible.
it's possible, exactly.
Right.
So you gotta come back and keep the commandments of the Lord. You understand what I'm saying?
Unlearn everything.
Right. And come back and keep the commandments. Because what you gonna teach her? You have a son or daughter?
I have a son.
What you think you're supposed to teach her?
Catholicism.
You wanna teach him Catholicism?
That's what I did my first reading. I was teaching Catholicism.
Let me show you something God said you're supposed to teach him. Psalm 78 and 4.
But I go to a Christian church.
You gotta get out of there,
I
man.
go to Christ Fellowship.
You gotta get out of there, sis, because they're not telling you the truth, man. They're not telling
I
you the
tried
truth, man.
Mormonism. I tried
How about
Christian.
this?
I tried Catholic.
How about this?
I tried so many.
You tried the religion. How about you try to serve the Most High? Don't say it has it is written. Because if
you
you're
know
son,
how many Bibles I have, and I pray to God.
That's why you gotta come with
for
us,
me
sis.
to understand
You gotta come with
because
us.
The way he speaks,
you gotta
it's
come
like
with us.
Shakespearean.
You gotta come with
And I'm
us.
like, what?
Because we're here to teach you, and then you can teach your son. When your son is around
I need
brothers
that.
like us, right?
Do you guys
When he
have
get
discipline
ready,
class?
yeah, we got to say, but when you come through with us, man, we got all of
in
it.
Miami,
We
I'm in Homestead.
in Homestead. We in the girls.
This is for me. This is for me.
Yeah, that means you've been really wicked this year. That's why we gotta come
No,
get you.
shut up.
God sent us to come get you. Go ahead.
The book of Psalms, chapter 78 and verse 4.
God said this
We
is
will
for
not
me.
hide them from their children.
What are we supposed to do?
We will not hide them from their children.
Read.
Showing to the generation
Uh-huh.
to come
Uh-huh.
the praises of the Most High
Right.
and His strength
Uh-huh.
and His wonderful works
Read.
that He hath done.
Read.
For He
Listen
established.
to this, sis. He established what?
For He established
Read.
a testimony.
A what?
A testimony
Read.
in Jacob.
So God wants you to teach your children his what? His law, statutes, commandments, and his testimony. So for you to be able to teach your son what God needs you to do, what you have to first learn. You got to learn how to obey God.
Still in shock.
You got to learn his
You
commandments.
guys are from Boston, like that. That don't mean I'm in
No, sis, you got a phone on you?
Yeah, but my phone number is this. Yeah, actually.
Why don't you give my brother right there the best contact information? We'll hit you up tomorrow morning.
Yes.
If you're able to.
Yes, yes.
You able to pull
Wait,
up?
tomorrow's
Saturday, yeah.
Yeah, I know. Because I go to therapy Monday through Thursday. Because one of the things that I'm grieving the most is the abortion that I had in May. Never have done that in my life. I have literally like thought of suicide, all this.
So I'll tell you this, right?
So
I'll tell you this, sis.
But I need to find my church. I've been praying to God.
I got you.
To find
Let me tell you
my
something.
church,
Let me tell you
find
something.
my
First
people.
you got to give me like 2 minutes, and you got to let me talk. All right?
I'm sorry, sorry about that.
No, you good, sis.
Wait.
Take down his number first. Take down his number first.
Okay, what's your
See, that's how the Most High work. You feel me? Tell my spirit told me come out here.
Hey,
Usually we
and
be a
I
little
came
better.
out here out of nowhere. Like I was just randomly invited.
Usually we be in Cali Ocho. So something told me to come out here today, though.
It was for me.
All praises to the Most High.
All praises to the Most High, and I love that song.
So
by
I'm
the way.
gonna get you something. Give me Exodus 21 and 12. Exodus
I'm
21
going
and
now. It's
12.
almost done. Okay, this is gonna be showing in Miami. No,
And
yeah,
give me
because
Sirach 21 and 1
that's
after
her
21 and
cousin.
1.
He just came from Peru, so we gotta show Miami. So
There
one
is
more.
lights too.
Woo.
Now let him
Listen
get
to this and then.
Sirach 21 and 1.
I know he doesn't know English, my bad.
Yeah.
But one more.
Hold on.
I'm sorry, one more sermon because she's the one that brought me.
I'm gonna give you 2
So this
scriptures.
was given for me.
But I know I'm only gonna touch it lightly because you're here, and then you can talk more in person if you reach out to us. Go ahead.
The book of Exodus, chapter 21 and verse 12. He that smiteth a man so that he die, shall be surely put to death.
Now,
Right in what?
I'm gonna explain to you. According to the Bible, if you do murder somebody, in the eyes of God, you have to be killed because it's life for life, right?
Yeah,
in the
evil
case,
for evil.
right? Even in the case of an abortion, unfortunately, right? But let me finish. That's why I told you give me 2 minutes so you won't say you won't overreact, all right? But that was before you understood, because you had somebody like Paul, right? Paul was killing people,
Yeah.
but he repented and God was able to use him for righteousness.
Saul or Paul?
Paul in Acts in the New Testament. Now read this, Sirach 21:1. What do you got to do moving forward, though? Read.
The book of Sirach, chapter 21, verse 1. My son, hast thou sinned?
Did you sin? That was a sin. Read.
Do so no more.
What did God say?
Do so no more.
What did the Lord say?
Do so no more.
Read.
But ask pardon.
What do you got to do?
Ask pardon.
What do you got to do?
Ask pardon.
You got to tell the Lord, yo, I'm sorry. I didn't
I
know.
did.
I got to repent.
So many times.
Now I know I'm an Israelite from the tribe of Simeon. I'm going to do better, right?
For thy former sins.
For that what?
For that. Because all of that is old, right? Because you didn't know. But now is what you do moving forward. Because if you say that God doesn't forgive you, then you're saying Christ died in vain.
I know, but it hurts.
That's what you're saying. Give me that 1 Corinthians 12:9.
An abortion
For my grace is
to last
sufficient. 1
up to
Corinthians
18
12:9.
years. I'm literally going to therapy.
Check 1 Corinthians 12:9. I want you to look at 2 Corinthians 12:9. I've got one more for you and after that, that's it.
They're from Homestead. This is for me.
Yeah, that's crazy.
God said, you know what?
Is that
I
it?
need
Let
to
me
talk
see.
to you right
1 Corinthians
quick.
12:9. Where was that?
One more, 'cause I gotta go work anyway.
It's 2 Corinthians 12:9. You see? Yeah, I've been
I
told you
just,
that.
I
Why you
wouldn't,
keep talking?
I wouldn't forgive myself. I can't forgive myself.
One second, sis.
About the abortion. Because why?
Yes, that's it. Start from verse 8.
2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse
Listen to
8.
this. This is one of my favorite scriptures that Paul said. Read.
For this thing I besought the Lord thrice.
Then you go to the Lord many times.
Times about repentance, forgiveness for what you did, right?
But I also told them I
Listen
don't
to the
listen to
scripture.
live.
Listen to the scripture. It's Paul. Listen to this. Listen to this. So listen.
For this thing I besought the Lord thrice,
You went to him many times about it. Read.
that it might depart from me.
That he forgive you for it. Read.
And he said unto me,
What did God gonna say to you? What?
my grace is sufficient for thee.
No, he's not gonna forgive you.
My grace is sufficient for thee.
No, he's not. It's not good enough.
My grace is sufficient for
That
thee.
was-
Because you didn't know. We all live bad. We all should be killed. Everybody should be killed.
No, yeah, you're
All
right.
our people. Read.
Yeah, but
For
it's
my
a hard
strength-
Listen to this. Listen to this though. Read.
For my
But
strength
God's strength is what?
is made perfect.
It's made what?
Made perfect
For what?
in weakness.
In what?
In weakness.
No, it's not good enough.
In weakness.
I'm no good.
In weakness.
The Lord's not gonna use me.
In
He's
weakness.
not gonna forgive me.
In weakness.
Right?
Most gladly, therefore, will I rather glory in my
Because
infirmities.
you gotta glory because yeah, you did wrong, but
The Most High is so merciful, he give you the opportunity.
forgive myself.
Not only did he let you come here in Linwood today to meet us, not only did he give you context so you could get right, not only did you learn you as a people, but the Most High shows you he forgave you because it's through the Spirit right now. You feel me? This is the message from the Most High to you. You got to take
Oh,
advantage
but
of
now I
that
gotta
though. That's
forgive
all.
myself.
That's right. But you got to show the Most High God you're sorry though. It is. Because you got a lot of work to do to show God you're sorry. So Mitchell, sis, we're going to call you tomorrow.
Please.
You feel me? We're gonna reach out to you, and then we're gonna try to stay in contact with you. Okay, sis?
Thank you
Sis,
so
okay?
much for talking
All praises
through
to the Most
him.
High. Listen, that's my job as your priest, man.
Through him.
That's my
Thank
job.
you so much for talking through him. Thank you.
That's what we gotta do. Give me Isaiah 8:16. Be safe, all right, sis? We love you, sis. Be safe, all right? Give me Isaiah 8:16.
The eyes of the angels everywhere upon many men that deserve your mercy, but I don't deserve your mercy again. No, keep it kosher, we living how we supposed to. Every Sabbath on the block where we be posted. Israel requires son, but you won't show it, no. This the generation of faith and we just know it, yeah.